Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna. Today we're on day number 12 of my 13 days of Halloween. We are going to construct a tombstone for like a wall decor. So what I've done here is I've taken 6 pieces of cereal boxes, or like this is Ritz crackers, waffle cone, whatever I could find to get the size I wanted. These are cut at 6 1/4 inches wide by 9 inches high. So again, I've got 6 of those. Let's go ahead and glue those together. This is going to be like a 3D one, so it'll have some dimension to it, and we're going to decorate it up a bit and see what we come up with. Might have to pull out some extra things, but at least we'll get a wall hanging done for sure. All right. I think that is my friend Amy. She just messaged me, so she's probably just messaging me back again. I was a little behind today because I had a couple of the grandkids. So, put me behind a little bit, but that's all right. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yep, so these are just the rectangle. The other ones we're going to do a little angling on and stuff. Not too bad. Nothing too horrendous. Nothing too hard. Should just take the, oops. No, don't get my paper in there. Don't get the paper in there. Okay. I think I'm just going to pop this little thing off here so I can get, it'll go a little faster. Gives me a lot more glue, but it does go faster. There we go. These, I have a huge box of cereal boxes and things like that, because I think anything that is decent enough size that I think I can get some pieces out of, I save. I break them down and I put them in that box. And then when I need something, it's like sometimes I won't touch it for a long, long time, but when I'm doing things like this, then I'm in that box all the time, like doing a series and stuff, then I'm in that box all the time. But for sometimes everyday use, I don't get in there very much, but I just keep adding to it. Adding. And it's a big box. It's probably, oh, I want to say maybe 2 foot across, maybe by, well, it fits underneath my desk. So 1.5 feet by 2 foot, and then it's pretty tall, probably about a foot tall. Holds a lot of these cereal boxes and stuff. Just going to press down. All right, so that's the base of our tombstone. We are going to take, these are from the scraps, so we're going to cover in gray cardstock. So we're just going to take 2 of these, and this piece is, like I said, these are from the scraps because I took 2 12 by 12 sheets of gray, and you don't have to, but this is just what I'm going to do. You can paint this. And these are the same exact size. So they are the 6 1/4 by the 9. Okay. And then, so then I have, these were cut off the end there. So I know those are the same width. And then I cut an additional 2 pieces, 2 inches by 9 inches. Okay. So we're going to come in here and I'm just going to lay my glue on here. And we're going to wrap this around our edge. Ooh, very soundy, isn't it? It's textured cardstock. Can you tell? It sounds like zippers or something. All right. So let's go ahead and it doesn't have to be exact because it's going to get covered again. So we're just going to get that, and then we're going to break the fibers in that and get that going over just like that. Okay. And that'll give us a nice edge there. See? Just like so. All right, we're going to do the same with this piece. Put that on the bottom. It'll give us a nice finished look. We're going to cover this with moss and things like that. We're going to doctor this tombstone up, make it look some creepiness here. And so we're going to do the same thing to this end. Line up our edges there like that. See, I'm off there a little bit with that. All right. I think our paper will cover it. Again, come in here, bend it up a little bit. Got my nails done again today. Before my daughter could squeak out of here. I said, I need my nails done. She sells the Color Street. I'll put a link to her information in the description. And these are bats. I don't know if you can see the little bats. Yeah, these are the bat ones, Halloween. I think she said this week sometime they're going to come out with a new season, or the holiday season. Ooh, maybe I wasn't supposed to tell you that. I don't know. Sorry, too late. But yeah, they're really easy. They're real nail polish, and you just kind of peel them off like stickers, and you can. They're kind of stretchy because it's real nail polish. So you just pick the size and put them on, and they stay on. My last ones lasted, oh geez, 3 weeks. They were getting a little rough here to the end, but they did last about 3 weeks. So same thing here. I'm going to take these. Oopsie. Oh. Let me pause you here a second. That is my daughter. Sorry about that. I am back. All right, we've got all of our corners covered now. Or wrapped, or whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to just come in and lay our other sheets on top. That way we got a nice edge. I mean, it's a tube, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but gives us a nice edge. We don't have all that other stuff. And we will have some, oh, I didn't get coverage for this other two. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll have to cut another piece of gray. Whoops. Because I forgot about my bottom pieces. Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's starting a new job here pretty soon. She wants to know when she could I mean, I hope she likes it, but not what she was looking for, but hey, it's work, you know. So she wanted to know when she could start, because I told her today, I said, don't start like this week. So her boss had contacted her and said, when can you start? She said, let me contact my mom, my daycare. So I told her, just not this week. She can start next week. Fine. All right, now we're completely covered. Almost looks like that. And this is pretty sturdy. So let's move on to the next section. All right, so I have, of this one, I've got 6 of these because these were a little bit thinner. So 6, and they end up being the same thickness as the other ones. So 7 1/4 wide by 1 1/2 high. And then I came in and I went down a 1/2 inch and made a mark. And then I came over a 1/2 inch and made a mark. And we're going to cut the corners off of these. just like that. Okay, just like so. And then I'm going to line each one of these up and do the same thing. Just put my scissors up against there. Make sure I'm lined up on the bottom here. Otherwise, each one's going to be off a little bit. There we go. Put my scissors up against that and slice. Okay, slice. That's all we're doing. I could have marked them all, but that's just kind of silly. As long as I get my corners lined up, be good. So, one more day. And then it just seems like Halloween is just kind of scooted right in here, and it's going to scoot right out, I guess. I like this season. I think the season is fun to create stuff in. So I do like to do stuff in this season. All right. So that's that. So we can start gluing those together. Again, 7 1/4 by 1 1/2 high. Come down a 1/2 inch and over a 1/2 inch, and then corner those off. Okay, if you've got a corner rounder, you can use that too. That doesn't really matter. I just like that kind of block look because a lot of times the stones are blocky like that. I like that they have that little blockiness. Okay. We're just going to slap these together. This is the base. So this will be the bottom part of our tombstone. Just to give it a little something. And this actually, because it's fairly simple to do, it's going to go together quite quickly. It didn't take me long to grab the stuff for it and cut it down and figure out what I wanted. It didn't take me long at all. Some days I spend all day just getting ready and then still have to do the tutorial and build it. So this actually went together fairly quick. Once I decide exactly how I'm going to do it, it's like, oh, just sit and cut it. Sit and cut them all. That was it. All right. So then this is going to go down just like this on the base. Whoops, sorry. Just like this on the base. So I got to get another piece of gray because I didn't grab a gray for that. And I don't have any scraps left. I used every little bit of it. But I have some more. I think I have some more of that gray left here. Is that the right gray? Yes. I got a scrap piece from something else. So I need them, what did I say, 7 1/4 by 1 1/2. So let's do 1 1/2. Goodness gracious. Gotta get it in here. Sorry about this. I like to be ready. I don't like to hold you up. I got some stuff by my trimmer here. It's kind of in my way. There we go. 1 1/2. 7 1/4. Which one is wrong? One's bigger than the other. This one here. This one here. 1 1/2. There we go. Come along, come along. Get up here. Here we go. All right, let's try that. Well, I hope you're all having a good day today. My day went quick. It went so quick. All right, so we're going to do the same here. Just going to line these up. Actually, I can just glue it on there and then it looks shorter. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, that's why. That one's just a little crooked. Let me trim that down a little bit. When you do that, then it still doesn't match up. Trim those edges. Get everything even there. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'm like, now what did I do? Now what did I do? I'm going to widen this out just a little bit. I'm not zoomed way in, but we'll give you a little bit more here. There we go. And then line that up. Just like so. And then we're going to snip that off. Snip that off. Okay. So simple, right? So simple. That one could have been just, we'll use that as the back because that could have been just a little bit longer there. But put that facing down, we'll be okay. All right. So this is going to get attached right like that. So we got all that dimension there. And then we'll put a little bit of moss and stuff on top of there to help cover that up. So we'll be just fine. All right. So for the last part, we're going to do the decorative top. So I have 4 here already cut. I created a temple. So I took a piece of paper, 6 1/4 inches wide. I folded it in half. So let me just get a scrap piece of paper here to show you what I did. Hang on here. All right. Scrap piece. Come on. I always have scrap pieces of paper. Here we go. All right. So I'm just going to pretend this is the size I need. So 6 1/4. I folded it in half. All right. I came in. Where's my ruler? I came in a 1/2 inch. Oh, and it's, what was my height? 3 3/4. So 6 1/4 wide by 3 1/4 high. Okay. So I came down here. How did I do that? Let me see. Let me cut this. 6 1/4 by 3. Okay. 3 3/4. 6 1/4. We're just going to do it the right way here, so we don't have any mix-ups. All right. So 3 3/4 by 6 1/4, folded in half. All right. I then came down. I want to say I came down 3/4 inch. So I'm going to make a little mark at 3/4. And at that 3/4 mark, I came in a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to draw a 1/2 inch line right there. Okay. I then came up a 1/4 inch. So let me get my ruler there and mark 1/4 inch and stop. Then I turned my ruler again, came in another 1/4 inch, okay, and made a mark. Now, see that? Down 3/4 inch, and I made a 1/2 inch mark. Then I came up a 1/4 inch, back a 1/4 inch. Now we're going to draw an arc from the tip of this to our point here, okay? So just a nice arc, nothing sharp, not a sharp circle, just a nice arc to meet these 2 corners up, okay? Just like that, okay? Can you see that? Yes. Then I came in, and the easiest way to do this is to come in and do your straight cut first, like that. Cut that corner out. Then come in and do this 1/4 of an inch, and then do your rounding, okay? Just like that. When you open it up, you have a mirrored image headstone top, okay? That is how to do that. That is your template. All right. So I need my template back here. And we're going to line up this piece perfect along the bottom there. Should meet side to side. Come in, draw my pencil marks all the way around here. Just like that. Right. Come in, snip my straight line. Get that out of there. Oop. Snip my straight line. Get it out of there. 1/4 of an inch. Come back in. Now this is pretty much exact, so I just, there we go. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's glue these together. Okay. All right. Pull that cap off again and just start laying down some glue. There we go. I'm going to try to be more careful now to keep these lined up right. And you can see here, this one's got that bend in it from where it was folded in the, as a box. That's fine. We're just going to keep that on the inside. Doesn't hurt nothing. It's still thickness, still strength. Okay. Here's another one. And we're going to cover these with the same paper that we did the other ones. So, all right. Okay. And last but not least, so I had 5 of those because this was a little bit thicker boxes. So we have 5 of those. I got a glue mess going on here. There we go. I've got a glue mess going on. All right. Okay. So now with my other piece that I had, my last piece that I had for this one, I took my template because I knew 6 1/4, I'm not going to get 2 pieces equal out of 6 1/4. So I took my template and I lined it up in the left-hand corner, perfectly along the edge. And then I drew my shape all the way around, even down on the side. Then I flipped this over. And because of these notches on this 12-inch piece, I line this one back up in that left-hand corner, and it comes out exact right here. So I'll lift it so you can see it. See how it come out exact? Is that crazy? I cracked up. I thought, oh, look at perfect. All right, so I'm going to trim these out then. Trim this. This one's a little different. I'm going to come in on an angle here to that point so I can get the, there we go. There we go. Cutting on the wrong side of the pencil line for me. Just be careful. Okay. All right. Let's cut this out here. Okay. Come on, work with me here. All right, there we go. So we got our 2 pieces. Set those aside. All right. And we will smudge these too so we can get a little depth in there. Take away any white edges. There we go. Now I got some blue showing here. That's no big deal. We'll put that at the back. And like I said before, we're going to have moss and stuff on there. So I'm not worried about that. There we go. Pen. I lost my pen. There it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we can assemble this. I'm going to click on my glue gun here. And get my black soot is right here. And when my glue gun's warming up, we'll just kind of smudge these edges and give them some contour. So this is going to be up. And you can adjust this wherever you want. So this is going to have a lip, and then this is going to have a lip. This one will be easy to decide where you want it because it's the exact width when you get done. So let's go ahead and see, when you smudge these edges, then you get that depth in there. Okay, and let's just do the back. Not very much of it's going to be seen. In fact, none of it, because if it hangs on the wall, it won't be seen, right? And then let's go ahead and do a couple little twists here, like that, to bring in like pretend contours. And then a line, see, like that. It just adds some character to it. Okay. And I'm just going to smudge the back a little because, like I said, this is going to hang on the wall. So, all right. So let's do the same thing. Let's get contour going like that, like it's got some depth to it. Okay, that's going to get covered, but these sides will be seen. Okay, so then I want to come in here with my ruler. There it is. I'm like, where did I set it? And I think about, let's do, let's do 3/4 of an inch. That's what's nice about this ruler. I can see across it. And I'm going to stay 3/4 of an inch up. So I'm going to start here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That is the wrong pen. All right, let's try again. And then part of this won't be seen because it's going to get covered, but we're still going to follow along those guidelines. 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to start here, 3/4 of an inch down, make a line to my 3/4 of an inch here. Okay. Turn this, do the same thing, 3/4. Get that lined up there, 3/4. 3/4. So start here, draw to here, okay? And then we're going to match this, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Like I said, some of this will be covered up, so you might want to wait. Let me see here. So that will get covered up like that. Okay. So then we might want to draw those lines after we're done. So we're going to leave it like that. We've got our main ones done. So let's go ahead and wait. Okay. See how we're doing on heat. Nope, it's getting there. All right. Let me close this up a minute. All right. I think that's going to look cool. See? I made the top wider, but it didn't look good. So I thought I'm just going to make that the same width and then make this one wider like the base. But doesn't it look cool already? We haven't even hardly did anything to it, and it already looks so awesome. I like making tombstones. Okay. More. Let me see if I can get enough out of here to, oh yeah. So I'm going to stay about a ½ inch away from those edges because the edges are going to match up. So I'm lining up my bottom and I'm splitting the difference between these edges here. Okay, and I'll lift it up here in a second. Okay, see? But like I said, we're going to put some moss and stuff on there, so I'm not worried about that brown. Okay? All right. So now the top, I think I want it taller. So I'm going to bring it up here, and I'm about 1.5 inches down. So let me grab my ruler and see. 1.25 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark so I know where to lay my, so I'm going to mark 1.25 inches here and here. And that is where my bottom line will be. And from that, we're going to come in 3/4 down and make our line from there to there. Okay. So we can go ahead and, so this will get put up here. Okay. So now, for this part here, where we've got this little extra space, let's go ahead and smudge that, and we're going to put like a year or something in there, okay? Because I should not mark that. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead. It's going to be between these two, so just a little bit of darkening, just like that. Just like that, just to give it some fake dimension there. And then we're going to drop this on right where those other marks are. So I'm going to bring in my glue and put it on there like that. Nice and out. Here we go. That should be plenty. Okay. Find my marks, and this will be even, so just like that. Okay. All right. Press on that. There. That's our tombstone. Isn't that cool? All right, so now we're going to come in here, and we are going to smudge right along here. I'm just using the tip of that. If you don't have one of these, you can use like a cotton swab or something to get. And I haven't re-inked. I'm just using the ink that's just in there. Okay. And then let's darken that line there and that line there. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Let's get this thing decorated up here. All right. So I think I'm going to take a pencil and let's see, what year do you think? How about 1653? So I'm just going to come in and pencil in 1653. 53. And we'll put May. Okay. We'll put May. And then I'm going to come in here with my marker. Whoops. Ooh, sorry. I apologize for that. That's not nice. Well, that's not nice. $16.53, and then May. And then once this is really good and dry, then I'll go back and erase any pencil lines. So let's do, what can we do? What can we use for apricot? All right. 12. How about, let's do RIP. Okay. Hard to see my pencil. R. I. P. R.I.P. Mr. Bones. How about R.I.P. Mr. Bones? How about that? Mr. Bones. R.I.P. Mr. Bones. And Miss Miss what? How about Miss? I didn't even give this any thought. Can you tell? Rest in peace, Mr. Bones and Miss Steak. No. Miss. Okay. Missing body. Get it? Missing body. Oh, sorry. Rest in peace, Mr. Bones and missing body. All right. All right. That'll work. Okay, so let's go ahead and I've got some green moss here. This is going to be messy. We'll get her all cleaned up when we're done. So this is going to make it look cool. All right. So this is just moss from Hobby Lobby. And it's going to give this tombstone some character. So let's go ahead and I'm going to kind of stand it up and lay my glue on there like that. And if it drips down, it's not a big deal. And then I'm going to scrunch this in there like that. Okay. I don't want to get burnt by it. I should grab that mat. I keep these old Cricut mats and they make good for cutting mats or like this gluing. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some more just along here. Okay. Another shake of it here, just like that. Like I said, it's a little messy, but it will make this look so much better and cooler. And then I'm just going to finish up that there like that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So like that. See, doesn't that look cool? And then let's just bring some down like it's growing down. So I'm just going to bring some little like edges down like that. Okay. Just bring some edges down like so. Different heights stuff, and just kind of tuck that in there a little bit. Okay. Go. Come on. All right. And then let's go ahead and get this little bit bottom edge here too. We don't want to cover too much because we don't want to cover the fact that it's like different height there, you know. So let's take these little scraps here and get them in there like that. Just little bits. It doesn't need to be a ton. But moss grows kind of on everything. Moss grows on everything. Okay. Get that out of there. We can trim it. Can trim it a bit here. There we go. So it's not crazy. Like that. And I do want to get a little bit on these edges here. Just there and right on the edge there. Okay. Just like this, we can trim it off. You get too much. Okay. So let me cut that. Okay. Just like that. Let's just trim that off. Boop. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. So like that. And then stuff that stuff on there. And then we'll just trim it off. Trim off what we can't use or don't need. All right. That's it. And trim. Trim the back. There we go. Okay. There we go. So now we can add some, get this here a second. And we get all of this like in one bunch here. And put that kind of back in that bag the best I can. Put that one off to the side. And then we can do some of the Spanish moss. Now, you can buy this at Dollar Tree, but it can be so full of sticks and stuff. So for the big bag you get at Hobby Lobby and use a 40% off coupon, it's almost the better deal. And I have purchased the Dollar Tree one, and like I said, I found that this is a much better quality. But this just adds that kind of creepy effect, you know. Just like that. All right. So on top of our green, and we're just going to let that kind of hang, I think. All right. So I'm just going to put some glue in there like that. We're just going to kind of sit that in there. Right. Again, with this, we don't need a lot. Just a little bit here and there. Okay. My dog may bark here. I'm not sure. I think my husband pulled in. All right. So let's grab some more. Just kind of get it together there and stick it on there, right there. And I think that will be enough of that. I don't want too much. Okay, just like that. And we'll just put a little dab over here. Just a little bit. Okay. There, okay. Now I'm thinking I might like those letters bigger. So let me grab my Sharpie marker and we'll go over them again to make them stand out better. You do this off to the side here. Perfect. Just so they stand out better. 1653. May. There we go. That looks better. R-I-P. Mr. Bones. And Miss in body. There we go. And like I said, once that all dries up a little bit, then I'm going to go in and I'll erase any pencil marks I can see. There we have our little phone. You can decorate it any way you want. I just wanted to keep it nice and simple tonight and show you how to put together a wall hanging tombstone. And you can't even tell all that work we did getting that top the way we wanted it. But it's the layer effect. It's even though you can't see it, it still creates that image. So, all right. Thank you for stopping by. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so at this time. Go ahead and hit that red button down in the right-hand corner. That will subscribe you. And then when the bell pops up, hit that bell and you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.